Like,
She did take off her glasses, I noticed
like,
that.
like you normally take off your glasses if you're gonna get into a fight, don't you?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
why are you taking off your
Yeah.
glasses?
Sh
Why is she taking off her glasses?
she was ready to throw down.
And Luke's like, "Listen, I tried to talk to you about," and I get it. Like, when you're in the midst of it, you don't wanna talk about it. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about The Valleys, Season 3, Episode 4. But before we do that, I would like to do our call to action, which is please head over to YouTube and hit subscribe if you're not following us. If you are, thank you. Check out our Instagram, follow us, Facebook, TikTok, every place we're at. Please follow us.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're also going to talk about real quick Summer House because we are recording this on Friday the 24th and they just recorded the reunion yesterday, the 23rd. And this morning, what came out was the leaked audio. So, what are your thoughts on this? Because I have a lot of thoughts.
So, again, with so much AI online, we really don't know what's true and what's not. Supposedly, West announced that he's leaving the show. Amanda announced that she's leaving the show. So there are theories out there that one of them leaked it and got fired, and that the other one's just leaving the show. I mean, Amanda's on in the city, so it kind of makes sense that she would announce. I don't know. I also read something somewhere else where it said that the audio is very clear. And if someone just had a phone in their pocket and hit record, you wouldn't be able to hear Sierra on the other couch, and KJ, I believe, is on the other couch, or maybe KJ's down this couch. I don't know. I kind of believe that. I feel like it was somebody on the set, not a cast member, though.
That's what I think. And Kyle went on Instagram and was talking about it. And
Yes.
he also said that he thinks it's from a speaker that was on the set. He said, he's not sure how that could have happened because the set, there's such tight security. He said all the hair and makeup people are not allowed on the set. They don't have
Right.
speakers. They don't hear what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, somebody could have just put something down and nobody noticed.
Yeah. But, I mean, Andy put out a statement. Bravo put out a statement. They are investigating this and they will find out. I believe that they'll find out who put it out there. And
I believe they will too. I just think it's funny because every time there's a reunion, we might not hear audio before the reunion airs, but we'll see clips. We'll see reports that so and so said this at the reunion prior to the reunion coming out. And you know damn well Bravo's putting that out. So I think Bravo's just pissed because they're not the ones who
well,
leaked it.
it's their information though. They
Yeah.
should be pissed. I don't blame them. This is all copyright. This is illegal. It's actually
Yeah.
illegal what they
It
did
is
putting out
illegal,
this.
especially for anybody on that set, because I am sure there is very, very clear paperwork you have to sign to even be there. And I'm
Absolutely.
sure this goes against what's in that paperwork. So, oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I know.
And I don't think it was West or I don't think it
Think it
was
was
Amanda.
anybody
It
on
doesn't
those
make
couches. I
sense.
really
It
don't.
doesn't make sense. It doesn't make
People are
sense. It
like,
really
oh, it was
doesn't.
Jesse. I'm like, I don't think anybody on that couch would jeopardize their future with Bravo, especially West and Amanda, because people hate them right now. Their their futures on Bravo are already jeopardized because of the way people feel about them. I mean,
Yeah,
Tom
and
Sandoval was not treated very well after that whole mess, rightfully so.
yeah, but I mean, I don't know. This is crazy to me. It's crazy that people have such low regard for themselves, to be quite honest with you. And I am referring to Amanda and Rachel or Raquel, whatever we were calling her. because these women just it's
It's your
disappointing.
friend.
Yeah, it's just
That's your friend.
disappointing.
There
I mean,
there was no remorse on Amanda's part. There was no remorse on West's part. I do think Amanda is getting more heat than West, but I also think that we should hold our girlfriends up to a higher standard than some fuck boy. I mean, he's
definitely.
out there playing around in Manhattan. Did you see Southern Hospitality's Mia on Watch What Happens Live the other night and what she
I
said?
sure did. Yep, I sure did.
And
I
she
sure
said,
did.
I got caught in the dragnet that West had covered over New York City. This guy is out swinging his big D. Well, I'm going to say swinging his D around because I highly doubt he has a big one with the way he's acting. So he's swinging it around. Amanda and Mia says it. Mia from Summer House says it like, you did this to Sierra to be a side piece for West? Like, what are we doing? And I think
Yeah,
that that's
because
what most people are thinking.
well, that's what I'm saying, and she even admitted that she knew that he was seeing other people.
And here's
Like,
the thing.
that's what
He
I'm saying, they
said
don't have any self-respect. These women don't have any self-respect. Like, what is wrong with you?
and he
You're worth
said,
more than this.
yeah, we had to put the statement out because of what was going on. They don't even know if they like each other yet. And now they put this statement out like, you have to commit now. Like, this is like,
It's
I mean,
crazy.
it's crazy. And I'm sorry, she used Sierra's own words against her. She said, "You can't control who you like." And Sierra's like, "Well, actually, yes, you can." And she's like, "No, you said you can't." Yes, you can, Amanda. And I think that when Sierra said it, she meant like, I had a relationship with this guy. It's very clear that Sierra doesn't just go around sleeping with people. It's very clear that she is very
Definitely.
cautious with who she gives that part of herself to, and God bless her for it. And that's what she meant. Like, we went this far, and I can't just turn those feelings off now because that's not who I am. She didn't mean that, somehow
Right.
get attracted to this guy, which I don't get it. Out of
I
all the
don't get
guys
it
on
either.
Summer House, I get it the least with West, but yes, Amanda, yes, you could control that. Yes, you can control not sleeping with someone who literally broke your good friend's heart on national television and is very close friends with your soon to be ex-husband. Yes, you most certainly can control that.
And this week's episode, Sierra and West had that whole sit down at the beach. I mean, are you kidding me?
At the coffee shop, before
They were
they
at the
got on the
coffee
boat.
shop. No, they were sitting on the chairs.
Sierra
Were
and
they on those?
West?
Yeah. When they
I
left
thought
early. They
Yeah, they
left
left
early.
early. They
Yeah,
went
I
and
don't think
got
it was a
coffee
coffee
and
shop.
then went to yeah, you're right. They went and got coffee and then they went to where they were gonna all meet up with everybody else to go on the boat. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But, like, I mean, she was opening up her heart to you, and
Not only
you
that,
sat there and
did you hear him say it's hard to not resent the person? Like, something about him resenting her.
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh my god. And when he said it, I was like, "Did he actually just say that?" Like, something about resenting her for all the heat he got for the way he treated her. This guy is gonna be the most hated guy on Bravo, I got news for him. He's gonna be hated more than Sandoval.
Well, I mean, I'll tell you why too, because not that Sierra's loved. Sierra's always been loved. Sierra has always been loved. Ariana wasn't always loved. Sierra has not done anything wrong. I mean, I love that she got Dancing with the Stars. I love that she got that Sonic commercial with
My
Ariana.
god.
Did you see that? It's like
Amazing.
another
I
one,
shared it
Chef's
on our
Kiss.
on our Instagram. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you ever notice, and I know they're probably just such good friends, it's never gonna happen, and I believe he hopefully is dating Bailey, but did you ever notice the way Carl looks at Sierra?
Well, Carl did like Sierra. I mean, he really did, and he had the conversation with her.
Yeah, he did.
He did have the conversation with her. I know. But Carl's okay. I think Carl's gonna
I
be
know.
okay.
I
I
like
think
him
he's
with
gonna be
Bailey.
okay. I do too. I do too. All right,
I
that's
don't
it for
know.
for the summer house
Yeah.
because we have to get into the valley. We have to get into the valley. This one was called Mariposa Momma. We start out at Danny and I know it's so silly, right? I was like, oh my God. We start out at Danny and Nia's house, and poor Nia is standing there double pumping at the counter. I'm like, this poor girl. Like, she said it. She's like a human cow. 5 years.
She said she's been either pregnant or breastfeeding for 5 years or both at the same time.
Yes.
That sounds
Yes.
exhausting.
It does. It really does. And then Danny has something that's going to help her. And oh my gosh, I thought this was the sweetest thing. The
It
Mr.
was.
Milker, world's #1 most used male breastfeeding product. I had never heard of that. I mean,
Me neither.
I had seen other objects, but not that one.
It was so good, and it
It was so
didn't
sweet.
look like it worked very well in this scene. However, on the after show, he does say that it works. He tried it
Oh,
again, and
good.
it works.
Good, good. Oh, good. Because I didn't watch the after show. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that.
The baby looked traumatized.
My God. And the kids are like, no, like, what are you doing? No.
The son, like, ripped the picture of Mia off his face. He was like, "What are we doing?"
I really do like Danny and Nia.
I
So
do
then Danny's
too.
I
People
know.
are all
I know.
over social media, though, saying, like, he objectifies his wife. I'm like, "Oh my
I don't think
god."
so. I don't think so.
He
Broad Bros were
doesn't.
saying that. They're like, "We don't like Danny." I'm like, "How can you not like Danny?"
I don't well, first of all, I mean, Broad Bros, they have weird takes on things. Sometimes I think they say things just because they think it's gonna land well with their listeners, quite honestly. I don't think Danny objectifies his wife. His wife is hot. He knows it. And listen, he's very attracted to his wife. That's okay.
He's a good-looking man himself. Like,
Exactly.
I mean, they're adorable together. I think they're the perfect little
Right.
couple. I really do.
Yeah.
I don't wanna have any cheating scandal with these 2 because I'm not gonna be able to handle it. Like, enough of this
Please,
already.
please. Exactly. We've been through enough.
Yes. It's too much. It's too much.
Let us get over the whole West and Amanda thing, please.
Yes. So Danny's telling her what Luke had said that, Jason wants to meet up and he wants to apologize for things. And Nia's like, listen, I think that maybe like if you just do that so that it's not so awkward, I don't want you to miss out on stuff. Like, hopefully you can like coexist. So then we see Tom and Jason and Jesse go to a place called Hammer and Nails. It is a male mani-pedi spa thing. I'd never heard of
Did you
such a thing.
notice that this is the second episode we do not see Janet?
I did.
It's
I
lovely.
did.
It's
And did
lovely.
you notice for the coming attractions, she's crying, that feels like she's to Lala and Brittany, that she feels like she's losing touch with everybody. Well,
I did not
maybe
see that.
do the right thing. Oh, yeah.
Right. Apologize for the essay comment. That's what you gotta do, and really mean it.
Yes.
That's what you gotta
Yeah.
do.
Yep.
Yep.
Jesse shows up late. Oh my God. Because he was at the doctor's office. He had to get tested for rabies. Jesse. And we find out that he's been feeding a squirrel by hand Whole Foods almonds, Whole Foods organic almonds from his hand. And the
I
squirrel
was
bit him.
laughing because, may he rest in peace, my brother-in-law, Andy, who has passed, he was an animal lover. I used to call him Snow White. Animals loved him, and there was one squirrel that would come to their bedroom window, and he would feed the bird nuts at their bedroom window. He would never come in the house, but he would come right up to the window. Andy was Snow White. I was laughing
That's
during this
so
scene
funny.
thinking of him. May he
That's so
rest in
funny.
peace. Yep.
So then we find out that, Tom tells Jesse that he's going to a singles night with his ex and Lala. And Jesse said, uh, like him and Michelle are getting along fine. And I think you should go for Michelle. And I'm like, oh my gosh, could you imagine?
Well, did you not think that this conversation was so timely given what's going on Summer House? Like,
Yeah, really? I know, right?
especially because of Schwartz's response. Like, I would never disrespect you like that unless it were true love. Like,
Mhm.
unless I knew, like, she's the one for me. Like, I just thought that this conversation was so timely
It
because
definitely
that's the
was.
right response. You know, if I thought I couldn't live without this person, okay. But other than that, I would never do that.
Right. Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So, we find out Jesse's been with Lacey for a year and a half, and he's like, "I don't have a problem with Jason, but I don't like the way Janet treated Lacey." And
Yeah.
my next statement is seems like the common denominator of people not liking the way they're being treated is Janet. Like, it's Janet. The problem is
It's
Janet.
Janet. And Jason said that when Jesse started dating Lacey, Janet made him block her. Did you catch that?
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, listen,
Okay.
I give Jason credit. He's a good husband. And this must be very hard to keep this up with her. But I mean, if Lacey was sending people, Lacey seems a little chaotic. We've said this before.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I don't think she's a picnic.
No. But that's why, like, you don't get involved in your friends or your family members' breakups or divorces, or just try to stay as neutral as possible because you look at it's a year later and Jesse and Michelle seem okay. She's never gonna be best friends with Lacey, but now Lacey's around and now there's tension between whoever who had a problem with Lacey when she first came around. Is it worth it?
Yeah. So then we see Lala and Michelle go to Kyle Chan's store, and Michelle wants to turn her engagement ring into a necklace, which, by the way, that was a gorgeous engagement ring.
It was.
And the engagement in Paris in 2017 also v really
Yeah.
amazing.
Nobody nobody was saying no to that.
Yeah, I mean
Whether he turned your stomach or not, nobody was turning
yeah,
that down.
yeah,
Yeah, that was he pulled out all the stops for that.
he sure did, and I liked that Kyle said, that you should set it the other way, horizontally, so that you don't and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so smart." Like, I would
Yeah.
never think of that, but I guess why he's the jeweler.
Yeah.
And then Michelle said, her goal for this year is just to get the actual divorce, but she's not so angry anymore at Jesse. Like last year, she just was so mad at him, but since her mother passed, she's kind of,
It puts things in perspective.
it does. It definitely does. It does.
And what are you gonna do? Keep fight and I'm not saying this to put any blame on Michelle because I think that Jesse, I'm sure, was a very difficult person to be married to and is even more difficult person to get a divorce from. What are you gonna do? Just keep fighting? Like, you have a
Right.
kid. You can't keep fighting, you have a kid.
And she said she doesn't want anything.
Right. I mean,
I
he's
mean,
getting
she
off
doesn't,
scot-free.
right. She doesn't want anything.
Yeah. I mean, that's the best case scenario for him.
Yeah. Then we see Brittany and Kristen and
Jazz.
Jasmine all go out for dinner. Oh my gosh. Just seeing Kristen sitting there, she couldn't even, I mean, she's got postpartum depression. Can somebody just please acknowledge this?
Yes. Yep.
I mean,
Give
why,
her
why
some
haven't we?
medication,
Right.
please.
I mean,
I
I'm not a
did it. I
doctor.
went on. Right.
I'm not a doctor. But when she can't sit at the table with her girlfriends without crying, I mean, let's help her. Can we just please help her?
I was a mess after I had tests. I went on Prozac. It helped
Yeah.
tremendously. Couple of
Yeah.
months, and then I weaned myself off, but I needed it to get over that hump.
And there's
That was the
nothing wrong
first
with
thing my
that.
doctor said to me when I went for one of my follow-ups. She's like, "You need like, this is a real thing." And
Right.
do you know when
Yeah.
I had Tess and I had the postpartum depression, I think I've said this on the podcast before, I'll keep it short. That's when Andrea Yates, remember that woman? She
Oh
had
my gosh.
postpartum
Yes.
psychosis, I think they called it,
Yes.
and killed
Yes.
her children. And this is gonna be, I know this is controversial, but I was in it. I was in the thick of postpartum depression and I just thought, I, of course, felt awful for those babies, but I felt bad for her too. Like,
Yeah.
if a mother was at the point where she could do that, that woman was ill.
Yes,
And I don't think her
absolutely.
husband was listening to her when she was saying it.
Sure, if he's the husband that still visits his wife in jail. Is she the one who's in jail? I think it is her. So there was a woman that killed her children and she's still in jail or she's in a psychiatric facility, right? And she is still mentally where she was when the children died. And that
Yeah.
was a long time ago. And he still goes to visit her every year. It may not be her. I'm going to have to look it up now that I'm giving so much
Yeah, we'll look
information.
it up. We'll look it up.
Because he goes to visit her because they can talk she's the only person he could talk about the children with, and because she's still mentally there, and he understands that it wasn't her. She's been like, it's come up that she can be, like, reevaluated for a step down and things like that. She doesn't want to leave this place. She wants to stay here. I have to look it up and see who it was because
Yeah,
it
we'll look
just
that up, but that's heartbreaking,
yeah,
and,
heartbreaking, heartbreaking. Yeah,
she's never gonna get over that, and those poor
no,
babies, may they rest in
yeah.
peace.
So the reason we got to this is because poor Kristen is in the throes of it, and she really needs to get help. And I feel bad for Luke too. And I listen, I know Luke. He's trying too. He's by himself
Mhm.
too. He's a first time
Yes.
dad. His family's 2,000 miles away. Like, I know people are giving him a hard time. As a matter of fact, the Bravos are like, he is the worst spokesperson for a new dad ever. I'm like, give the guy a
God, what
break.
is wrong with them? And
That's what
he
I
even
said.
says on the after show, like, I'm not proud of how I felt, and I know that my daughter's gonna see this one day." Like, this guy's still living with how
Yeah,
when Danny said that he and Nia said things to each other when they had their first child, that resonated with me because Eric and I did too. Like, in the middle of the night, I can remember yelling to him, "I hate you," because I couldn't find the binky.
right.
As if he hit the binky on purpose
Right, right, right.
to create this situation for me. Like, it's
And this was
so
20 something years ago, and you remember it like it was yesterday.
I remember it like it was yesterday, so now every time, especially, like, our nieces and nephews when they're having their first child, I'm like, "Please remember that whatever you say to each other in the middle of the night when you're sleep deprived cannot be held against you in the morning. You have to erase it from your memory. You're not in your right mind. You're out of
Right,
your mind."
right.
So
Yeah,
I
no,
agree with you. I feel bad for Luke just as much as Kristen.
yep. And they're both struggling, and I love that Danny gave him advice, to go to counseling, and I love that he had the conversation with Kristen, and I love that she's like, "Yes, like, let's do this." Like, and they do, they need that, and she needs to get medication, and he
Yeah.
may too, and that's okay. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
absolutely.
Like, it's
Absolutely.
okay. Life is not easy, it's hard. It's
No, and
hard.
and I'm not saying marriage is easy. Obviously, marriage isn't easy.
Gosh, no.
But once you add kids to the mix and listen, when they say bigger kids, bigger problems, listen very carefully because that ain't no joke. Wendy and I and Lori can attest to that. Different issues, different scenarios, a struggle nonetheless.
That's so true. That is so true. And guess what? We wouldn't change it for the world because
No,
that's
no,
that's what we
you're
do,
right.
right?
You're right.
Right?
Yep.
Wouldn't change it for
Yep.
the world.
No.
So,
Well, I
you
changed
know,
some things, but I'm only kidding.
so Jasmine and Brittany are there for Kristen. Like, listen, if you need to go, you need to come out with the girls, just let us know. And I think that's good that she's got the girls there to support her. Uh, and then we see at the cigar lounge. And he does wind up showing up. It's Luke, Jesse, Tom, and Jason, and Danny shows up. Danny's not drinking, and, he makes a comment about that because he doesn't wanna be accused of something, and Jason starts out by saying, "I'm coming here with flowers today." "No, you weren't." He said, "I definitely regret the way I handled myself emotionally. For lack of a better word, I was triggered. I'm very protective over my wife. There was 0 organized, systematic things to take you down, like, that never happened." Okay, well, that's fine that that never happened, but there's things that did happen, and she
There are
used
things that did happen, and it was systematic, and it was planned, and maybe it was just Jax and Janet and Jason wasn't involved, but between Jax and Janet, they were 100% trying to take Danny down, and I'm sure it was headed by Jax because he was getting so much heat because of how he was treating Brittany.
Yeah, yep. So
I
then
liked
Danny said
when in Danny's confessional, he said, "Let's see what Janet I mean, Jason has to say." That was good.
Well, Danny said, "Listen, I'm not here to be friends with you, to be honest." And Jason said, "Well, I'm in the same boat." And Danny said, "Great." I was like, "Okay, well, that was quick."
And I
And then
don't
poor
think
Luke.
Jason had that reaction had Danny not said it, but once he saw where Danny was coming from, he was like, "Alright."
Yeah. And then Luke tried to step in as like, "Listen, the first thing that needs to happen is the biggest apology needs to happen for the words that were said, the terminology that was used on the boat in Maui." And, Luke said, "This is something that not only hasn't been apologized for, but it has been backed up. Like, you didn't let it go. Not only did you not apologize for it, but it's something that just kept on going." And he said, like, "Listen, I'll talk." Like, afterwards, I did tell Janet that I wish she didn't use that type of word, and she feels the same way about that. Okay, well, then why did she bring it up again? Why does she
And
double down on it?
right, and again, like, a lot of things could have been squashed in the off season, and I'm here for that, like, because to me, if you apologize in the off season and you have a real conversation where the other person feels heard and feels like they can move on, to me, that's more genuine than doing it on camera. So Janet had
Definitely.
this whole period of time, if she really thought she used the wrong words, she would have reached out to them by now and at least said that. Like, "Listen, I don't regret all of it, but I do regret saying these words." And I think that that would have went a long way with Danny and Nia.
Yeah, but still, I mean, the fact that Jason said, "I'm rolling my eyes a little bit about the inexcusability." And then he's like, "But I didn't do anything to you. Like, I didn't do anything to Janet." And he's like, "Well, my wife felt weird around you." Okay, well, that was on her. What did I do to make her feel weird? You went in the closet and you closed the door when you had a drink and
I want
she couldn't have a
I wanna know
conversation?
I wanna know where Janet grew up, that people didn't just take a bottle and take a swig of it.
Yeah, right?
Because where I grew up, people do that. And he probably didn't know you were in the pantry. We certainly know he wasn't in there to try to make a move on you.
Right, right.
So he went in and he said it. "I have some catching up to do." Listen, Danny likes to drink. I like to drink. If I showed up and my friends were 8 hours into a drinking fiesta and I just got there, a bottle of wine would be consumed within 1 hour. I can assure you of that.
Yeah, he was
And
trying
a
to play catch up,
glass
he
may
was.
not be needed. So he probably didn't know she was in there. He certainly was not in any way trying to make her feel uncomfortable.
And Danny even said, "And I apologized to her for that." So
Yeah.
again, she's holding on to something that really doesn't pertain to her.
No, no. And again, it goes back to if Nia were your friend, if she was
Right.
your true friend, you wouldn't be doing this. You wouldn't be doing this. She just thinks she knows how to make good TV, Janet, but it backfired.
It's so funny too, because I wonder where she's at with her relationship with Sheena since Lala and Sheena have fallen out because she was close with Sheena.
Yeah. Well,
Janet was
that's how she got into this situation.
right, right. We'll have to wait and see. I'm curious about that.
I'd be
Then
curious to hear too.
I might listen to Sheena's podcast and see if I find out anything. Boy, she's getting dragged all over the place right now, Sheena.
Is she?
Well, yeah, yeah.
Because
Didn't you?
Stassi came out and said what you told me the other night.
Well, the Vanderpump Villa that came
Yeah.
out on Hulu. Like that came out, and Stassi's like, yeah. And I mean, I've heard her being dragged all over the place. It's kind of funny, to be honest with you. And then
I
even
mean,
Lala mentioned her in her confessional. It's like, you gotta be
she
kidding
sure
me.
did. I know.
I'll be honest with you. The next scene was Zach and Benji are shopping at the sex toy store. I really did not need to see that. Didn't need to see that scene. Could have
I
done without
just
that.
loved when they were talking about the what both ways Benji or both sides Benji or whatever, and
Yeah,
there were
yeah,
a
yeah.
bunch of them and there was dust on the boxes, and he's like, "Well, I don't see a Zach," and he's like, "That's because they're sold out."
That was funny. That was funny.
I literally laughed out loud to that.
That is funny. Yeah. Then we see Lala's getting extensions in with her daughter Sosa. Then Luke meets up with Danny and they're hanging out in Luke's garage. And Luke wants to dive into what happened to the cigar night. And listen, I love that he apologized and said my loyalties to you. And I think he meant it. I do. I think he was
I do too, but I
genuine.
understand where Luke's coming from. He said he was playing moderator more than being Danny's friend, and he won't do that again. I thought that was really
Mhm.
nice, but I also
I do
don't
too.
blame him. Like, this is an ensemble cast, and I don't like when people get iced out, except for Janet being iced out right now because I'm very much enjoying this show without her on it, but I like seeing Jason.
And
So
we
I
are.
understand. Yeah, and I understand what Luke's saying, like, we don't want you to not be with us, but we gotta figure this out. I did also love that Luke said that Kristen wants to hang curtains to hang all the stuff because that is so something I would do. Like, let's just put a curtain up, and then nobody nobody can
And
see all.
nobody will see it in the garage, right? Let's just hang
Yeah,
a curtain.
that's it.
It's the garage, Kristen. Let him have the garage. Who
I
cares?
let him have the garage. Listen, there's a reason I don't really go into my basement that often. It's because Eric has so much shit down there, I can't take it.
So Luke, is telling him what happened with him going to Taco Bell with his friend, and Kristen said you could stay out late. And I just ask that don't sleep, sleep in bed with me and help me with the baby in the morning. And he got home late, fell asleep on the couch, was hungover. And of course she was pissed. Of course she was
Yeah,
pissed.
yeah.
But then, we see him in his confessional where he's really opening. I mean, he was emotional. Luke was emotional in his confessional. I think that these are, like I said, I think he's going through it too.
Yeah, yeah. And that's when
And I
Danny
love that.
tells him that he and Nia go
Yeah,
to therapy when they get into a rut, like you said earlier. Like, it's just great advice. It's good advice. We've done it. Like, it's very helpful.
it's absolutely helpful. And it's also helpful, like Danny said, like you have to have your own stuff. Like Nia knows I have to go work out in the morning or otherwise I'm irritable. I guess his thing is fishing. Like Luke's likes to go fishing. Your husband has his thing. My husband has his thing. You know, we have
Yeah.
our thing. Like, we all need our own time to do our own stuff.
Yeah. And listen, you forget, but Luke reminds us, like, he uprooted everything to move to
Mhm.
LA with her. He left all of his family. He has nobody there except Kristen and her people. That's a
Yep.
lot. You
Absolutely.
and I, we both grew up where we live.
Yeah.
My husband did, your husband didn't, but his family's here now, and when you had kids, most of his family was here.
Yeah.
It makes a difference to have that support system, and he doesn't.
Right. No, I
I mean, they're
totally
in a different
agree.
time zone.
Yeah. 2 different time zones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So then we see, at the Belmont, Michelle is there and Schwartz, and then Michelle's friend Natalie comes, and
She was
Lala's
beautiful,
there.
Natalie.
Natalie was beautiful. Michelle and Natalie met when their kids were, young, and they both wound up leaving their husbands at the same time, so they're kind of in the same situation. And Michelle wants to get Natalie and Tom together. So, oh my gosh, they're talking about the dating apps, and Michelle said that in 2015, which, tracks because they got engaged in 2017, she swiped left on Jesse because he had a douchey picture.
And it was a douchey picture. If that's the picture he used, he's, like,
I
leaning
bet
on
you
an
it was.
exotic car in front of, like, a house.
Yep. I mean, that's who he is, though. I mean, I like him,
It's
actually. I think
totally
he's
who he
funny.
is.
I think
Yeah.
he's funny. But he's
I think
douchey. I
Jesse's
mean, it
growing
is
on
what it
all of
is.
us. Now that he and
Yeah.
Michelle are in a good place, like, you could tolerate him because he wasn't nice.
Yeah.
But when Lala said she slides into DMs, but she is not Sheena Shea and telling you everybody she has effed, I was like, "Lala, this is why we needed you on this show."
And you didn't want her on.
I knew that she and Sheena, and I stand by this. I still don't understand why Sheena's not on this show, but I knew as soon as I text you, as soon as I heard they bought houses in the valley, I'm like, here we go. But I don't like how hard Lala rides for Janet. That's what I don't like. But you're right. I wasn't thrilled that they were going to be on the show because I felt like I didn't think we needed anybody, I guess, other than Brittany and Jax, really, from Vanderpump, but this is fine. Like Lala, Schwartzy, good additions. Good additions. And I'm
Yeah.
happy for Lala because Randall is such a douchebag and
Mhm.
he won't let Ocean film. So I'm
I know.
happy for her that, she has Sosa but I wish she could show Ocean. She's such a cute little girl.
Yeah, but you know what? She puts Ocean on her social media,
Yeah, yeah, she does. She does.
so that's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but she has a podcast with Randall's ex, the 2 of them together.
I will definitely listen to that. I did not
It's
know that.
so good. Oh, yeah, it's so good.
I love that they have a good relationship.
They have such a good relationship. It's actually very refreshing. It really is.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Did you watch the after show for this?
I did not.
Because the next scene where Schwartz tells Natalie that she should do voiceover work, they're all clowning on him on the after
After
show,
show?
and the producers say, like, "Imitate Schwartz when he's trying to flirt with a girl," and Brittany does it to a T, what he did.
Really? Oh my
It's
god, I have to
so
watch it.
funny. They're all so funny imitating him trying to flirt. He really has no game. I think he
He's so
does, but
awkward.
he acts like he doesn't.
I think that's the endearing thing about him, to be honest with you,
Yes, yes,
right? Because he is
yes.
very smart. He's not dumb.
No,
He's
he's very
very
smart. Book smart. He's very smart. Yes.
Mhm. Um, did you watch What Happens Live with him on?
Yes, because he was with Mia from Southern Hospitality.
Yes, and his girlfriend is
Yes.
there, who we're gonna meet
Yes.
next week, which I'm
Yes.
excited for because
Me
she
too.
looks amazing for him.
Yes. Yes. I liked when they asked Mia, I forget what they asked her, but she looked at his girlfriend and she said, "Queen, like, can I answer?" Because it was something about Schwartz and, something where it would be uncomfortable to answer in front of someone's girlfriend without their permission.
That was nice, I didn't even pick that up. That
Yeah,
is
I thought that
nice.
was
That
very
is nice.
cool. Huge Mia fan.
What about Summer from the nail salon showing up there?
I mean, she said it. She said, "Don't be surprised if I show up." She said it.
She was so weird with her two-fisted glasses in her hand, asking for the lollipop, stick it in my mouth. Then he goes
She
outside
was
and
probably so nervous. She probably went home from work that day and was like, "You're not gonna fucking believe what happened. Tom Schwartz, Jesse Lolly, and Jason, Janet's husband, showed up, and they told me that Schwartz was gonna be at the Belmont tonight, and they told me I should go." And all her friends were probably like, "You have to go." And she was probably like, "All right." But she was probably so nervous. And then they mic her up and just send her ass in there. She ordered 2 drinks at a time.
the chihuahua hair.
When they flashed back to Lala with that hair, I thought, "I had that hair in high school circa 1992."
Shih Tzu. No,
Wow.
the Shih Tzu hair. The Shih
Shih
Tzu hair.
Tzu hair.
And the fact that Kristen said it about her in her confessional, I was like, "Oh my god, this is great TV."
It's
I
so
totally
good.
forgot
The
about it.
flashbacks to VPR are amazing. My god.
But by the way, did you hear Lala say, like, if Tom doesn't make a move on Natalie, maybe I will with that ass.
And I think she would have.
She definitely would have.
Don't sleep on Lala. She's gonna get hers.
No. That was that was a fun scene. So that kind of stuff, I enjoy that. Like, I enjoy that
Sure.
banter. I love seeing them go out and have fun. I like that awkward Summer standing there. Like, this is fun. I enjoy watching this.
This is great. And when Natalie tells Schwartz, "I think you have AD," somewhere Katie Maloney was like, "Yes, yes, he does."
Are you gonna watch that new Stassi show that's coming on Hulu? No? Katie
I
Maloney's
don't
gonna
think
be
I
on it.
can. Yeah,
Okay.
I can't.
It's gonna be a
I
pass?
don't know. I do like Stassi. I just I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. So
I
I don't
don't
know if
even
I
know what
want to
it's about,
invest
to
my
be honest
time.
with you. Yeah, I
I
don't
think
know
it's
either.
her and
Okay.
I think it's her, Bo, and the kids.
Is it?
I think so. I think it's about her family.
I might watch it then, because that's kind of interesting to me. I'd love to know what's going on over there.
I might be convinced. But yeah, Schwartz cannot navigate this dual courting at all.
My god, what did he say? What did he say? What was his words? I'm not cut out for this." What did he say? Yeah, I don't have the skill set to navigate this. Those were his exact words. I don't have the skill set to navigate. No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, meanwhile, if it was Sandoval there, my God, it would have
My
been
god. He'd have them
right.
on opposite sides of the room. He'd be sashaying his way back and forth.
Yep. Yep. So then we see at Luke and Kristen's house, Brittany, Tom, and Zach are there to babysit. And we find out that Tom and Zach gave Luke and Kristen a gift certificate for babysitting time. I think, was it 4 hours or something?
Yes,
And
and on the after show, Nia goes, "Oh, they gave us a coupon too." Kristen goes, "Don't use it." And then they flash to Zach talking to Jasmine. He's like, "Oh my God, we gave one to Nia and Danny too." And then Jasmine says something about 4 kids. He's like, 4 kids?
that's so
I don't think
funny.
Nia and Danny are cashing in on that coupon though.
I don't think so. Well, listen, Kristen wouldn't have done it without Brittany there.
Who would? My God.
So they leave at 7:56, and then we see them playing darts, and it's 8:11, and Kristen's like, "Should we spy on them? You have been gone 15 minutes. We
How
got
did you
15
even get
minutes."
there that quick? He did say
I
though,
think it
we
was
could literally be home in a minute if there's an emergency.
I think they like were down the street. I think they probably walked there. It was so close.
Maybe it was like, oh no, they're in a house now. I was gonna say maybe it's
Yeah.
like the bottom floor of their building, but no, they're in a house now.
So they pull it up on the camera to spy on them, and her cup is in the way, and they're like, "Move the cup." I'm like, "This is ridiculous." Oh my gosh. But then, they were having fun and, having pizza, playing darts, but then, it comes out like Kristen's like, "I'm mad at you," and Luke's like, "Well, I feel like you're mad at me a lot." And Kristen's like, "Well, you make promises that involve, you coming home and, you didn't do it." And he's like, "Well," she's like, "I feel like you don't give an F about me." And he's like, "Well, I feel like you don't give an F about me." And they kind of put it all out there, which I
Yeah.
think they needed to I think they needed to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed this. Luke said, "Last time I asked you to show me a little empathy about something, you said your life is so hard." And Luke went in super hard on me. And then Kristen takes off her glasses and said, "Let's talk about it." I was like, "Oh, why is she taking off her glasses to talk?"
She did take off her glasses. I noticed that.
You normally take off your glasses if you're gonna get into a fight, don't you?
Yeah,
Like, why are you
exactly.
why are you taking off your
Yeah.
glasses? I was like,
Sh-
"Why is she taking off her glasses?"
She was ready to throw down.
And Luke's like, "Listen, I tried to talk to you about," and you'd like either you'd shut it down or you'd say like, "This isn't right now," or "I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed." And I get it. Like when you're in the midst of it, you don't want to talk about it. You don't.
No, you don't. You don't.
So yeah. And then Kristen's like, "Is this because I don't F you?" And he's like, "No, like why are you even bringing that up?" Because I mean, that was a big part of the storyline for the beginning of this.
Yes.
I mean, we're only on episode
Yes.
4. I mean, that was a big
Yes.
part of it. But I guess, he's gotten past that,
Yeah,
right?
and listen, to the kids at home listening, this is like real shit. This
Yeah.
is like real. This is really what goes on when you have a baby.
Mhm.
They're not
Yep.
even married yet, right?
No, they're not. Nope.
Yeah, this is real shit.
And, Luke's like, I'm not allowed to be having a hard time. Only you are." And Kristen's like, we can both play the cards. They could be different cards. It's not like,
Yeah.
That's when he tells us about how far away he was. But then Kristen brings up in her first trimester, she thought Luke was going to leave her because they had a big fight.
Yeah.
And
And he said,
she,
I can't do this anymore.
right, right. And, she sat down in her confessional and she broke it down for us, which again, I would like to say I think is very brave of her. I'm glad that she did this. She said there was one specific day when things weren't really working and I was having all these like meltdowns, and Luke's like, "I can't do this anymore." And then I'm sure that made her have another meltdown. And she's in her first trimester. She's completely hormonal. She doesn't know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. And he's like, "I would never do that." And, they get through it. They're like, "No, I love you. I love you." But in the back of her mind, like, this is something that is still weighing on her, which is really why therapy will help because
Yes.
they need to just
Yes.
talk it through, right? The fact that she brought it up and she remembered it with specific details like that, like,
Yes.
she's got to talk about it. She's got to just move on from it and put it away.
Yes. Yeah, because I don't think Luke's going anywhere. I really don't.
He's
Like, I
not going
think
anywhere.
she found a normal guy. Like, I don't think this guy's a clout chaser. I don't think he was like, let me date Kristen Doty because one day she might be on a reality TV show again. Like, you know what I mean? I don't get that vibe from him at all, as opposed to
I don't either.
Brandon, who
My
screamed
gosh.
that vibe, and quite honestly, Dara from Summer House, but that's a whole other conversation. Why is she on the fucking couch at the reunion?
Why do you get so activated about things?
I can't take it because this girl obviously just wants to be on the show, and if she hurts KJ,
Think
I'm
her and
gonna have a
KJ are good
problem.
together.
I know,
I
I
mean,
know, I get very nervous, I get very nervous. But
okay.
I digress. Back
Yes, you
to
do.
the valley. I
Back to
don't
the, I
think
mean,
Luke gives those vibes at
no,
all.
he doesn't. If anything, he's awkward on camera. He doesn't want to be there, but he does it for Kristen.
Right. Right, I
Right?
agree.
I mean, he's a little awkward, which is fine because he should be
Yeah.
awkward. It is an awkward thing, right?
It's a very
Definitely
awkward
not a,
thing, yeah.
it's not a, he's not a clout chaser. And that's pretty much where it ends. But
I
the
mean, he
scenes for
says he
next week,
loves her and he's never leaving, and he thinks they should do couples counseling, and then she leaves. I mean, I thought he said all the right things.
yeah. Yeah. I think they're going to be okay if they do
I do
counseling.
too. I do too.
Yeah. But then we see next week, Janet's crying. So we're going to have to see Janet. But
I know.
I hope they give it to her. I hope they tell her what she needs to do. I hope they stop, they
Yeah,
have
I
to tell
mean,
her the truth. She's wrong. She has to apologize. And
yeah,
they
I
don't have
can't
to
believe
accept her apology either. But at least she has to
they
do it and mean it.
Right, right. And that's the thing, like, the first episode when she went up to Jasmine, and, I think it was maybe the second episode, and she was like, "We need to have a conversation or something." You could tell, like, Jasmine was not, like, really feeling it, and I think in her head, she was probably like, "Bitch, we coulda done this off camera."
Right.
Like, if you really wanted to move forward, you would have reached out to me in the last however many months we weren't filming.
And not only
We
that,
know they're real friends. We know there's a real
well, they
friendship
were.
there.
They were.
Well, they were.
Because,
Right.
right. And not only that, when Janet was done speaking, she said to Jasmine, "Is there anything that you'd like to say to me?" Like she was looking for an apology.
I mean,
I'm like, you are
yeah.
bad at this. You're really bad at
So
this.
bad. And then with the conversation with Nia was even worse. Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
She's very entitled, Janet.
Really is. She is. All right, so that's it for the Valley. I guess until next time, thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.